Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
All right. So Anna, Ella, and Abe, you guys can come on up.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to the 6th grade Takeover Shabbat. We've worked hard to be able to lead the service tonight. Please join us in song and prayer. Please turn to page 49 for Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashari, Malachei Elyon, Mimilech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruchu. Bohem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruchu. Roni l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimilech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruchu. Shem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimilech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruchu.
This is such a joyful moment. Now our sixth graders leading us in prayer. To hear your voices, you guys, is such a gift and such a treat. So we invite you to get comfortable, watch that beautiful, well now setting, set sun, to feel this breeze, and to once again be led by the students of our community. Tonight is also a special night because Milo, who just walked in, and his family, his sister Hattie and his parents, Sarah and Howard, are here because Milo becomes bar mitzvah tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And we invite you guys to come on up and light our Shabbat candles for us, bringing your light into the sanctuary.
Yeah, we should have warned you about parking. From now on, all B'nai Mitzvah get a parking spot. That's the new rule.
And you'll find these blessings on page 1 in your prayer book.
Yes, or handy dandy on our screens up there. Stay here. And Milo, just stay right on up there while we say the blessing over with a big mazel tov to you, Milo, and to your family. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Shel Shalom. tov and Shabbat Shalom. So in addition to this spectacular 6th grade class and the joy of Milo's bar mitzvah, we have another simcha in the sanctuary tonight. Hannah Wong, and Hannah, I don't see you, just raise your hand. There you are back there. Hannah Wong, who is an 8th grader, will become bat mitzvah at the end of April, but this Friday night worked out better for her and her family to be here. So Hannah will also be up leading some of the prayers, and she and her family have sponsored the oneg in the oneg room, so for after services we can go and celebrate there. So welcome back, everyone, to the joy of our learning corps, with a thank you to Bailey Starr for all she has done to lead us through these years of pandemic and to bring our students back here. We turn.
Well, sorry, 1 second. We have a technical request. If you have a seat next to you, we have more people than seats. That's amazing. If you could raise your hand and let people know, we have tushes that can fill those seats.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
And Rosie, Henry, and Jacob, come on up. Go ahead. Please turn to page 2.
Please turn to page 2. For Hina Matov. For Song Down.
Hine matov u'manayim she'erachim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim she'erachim gam yachad.
How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
how good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov u'manayim she'erachim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim she'erachim gam yachad.
how good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
how good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov u'manayim she'erachim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim she'erachim gam yachad. We're going to take a little pause here.
Next week, on Friday night, our sanctuary won't be packed. By the way, have I told you how joyful it is to see you all here tonight? But next week, I won't see you. Next week, I hope you will be sitting with somebody you like, maybe even somebody you love, and telling the story of the Exodus from Egypt, recounting the tale that once we were slaves and now we are free. And I want to tell you the story of 2 particular Israelites who left Egypt all those years ago. This story comes from the Midrash, which is what happens when rabbis sit around and imagine what happened thousands of years ago. That's called Midrash in a technical term. So there were 2 of them. Let's call them David and Sarah. And they were slaves. And in their experience of slaves, they learned to never look up. They only looked down at what was directly ahead of them. And these were two human beings who hadn't had freedom in their entire lives. And so their necks, it seems, were almost held down in a position where they couldn't look up, where they had grown so accustomed to only seeing what was right in front of them that it felt almost impossible to imagine doing something other than that. And then the impossible happened, our story says. The impossible happened, a great miracle happened, and the sea parted and the slaves crossed to freedom. And we as a people came to know that there is hope even in the hardest of times. But David and Sarah, it's hard to break a pattern, and they couldn't look up. And so as they were crossing to freedom, the rabbis imagined David said to Sarah, "What do you see?" And Sarah, looking down, said, "I see mud." "I see mud too," David said. "What's all this about freedom? We had mud in Egypt, and we have mud here." And they missed the miracle of their escape. And the sea split before them, but they didn't see it. They only saw mud. And then a number of months later, the tradition tells us the people reached Sinai, and the people heard God's voice proclaiming commandments so loud it sounded like thunder and caused lightning, the tradition says. And we accepted the covenant there. The Israelites accepted that covenant, and we pledged ourselves to become partners with God in healing this world. But David and Sarah still had a hard time looking up. Sarah asked David, with her head down, "What do you hear?" David answered, "I hear someone shouting at me, telling me what to do." "I hear that too. What's all this about Torah? They shouted commandments to us in Egypt, and now they're bossing us around out here." And they missed a miracle. They missed the invitation to partner with God and to live lives that healed. And finally, David and Sarah, they made it through the desert, and not many did. And that's pretty amazing. But their heads were still tipped down, and they made it right up to the edge of the promised land. And David said to Sarah, "How do you feel?" And Sarah said, "My feet hurt, and I'm tired." "My feet hurt too," he said. "What's all this about a promised land? My feet hurt in Egypt. My feet hurt here." And they missed the miracle of coming home. David and Sarah didn't notice. Their feet hurt too much. So what did they do? Some say that they turned around, that they went back. There was no point to this freedom thing. It had all the same aspects of what was before. And there are some who say that the descendants of David and Sarah are wandering, lost. There are some who say that there are descendants of David and Sarah walking among us, living right here and right now, with their eyes cast down, missing all the miracles that are taking place around them. Me? I think that Shabbat was given to us to remind us that we have a choice. That we can, even if we experience hardship and hardness, and all of us have, and some will more than others, that we can, through participation in this tradition, choose to stop and to notice what is good. That's what Shabbat is about. We stop all of the doing, all of the walking, all of the going, all of the achieving, and we name all of the miracles that are with us. And on this Shabbat, in particular, when our 6th grade is back for the first time in 3 years, how good it is indeed to name, to notice, to pray and sing, and to hope that we will be partners in building a better world. Thank you for leading us in prayer tonight, 6th graders. Thank you to all who participate. This is where we find the hope to lift our heads and notice the miracles.
Ella and Evie, come on up.
Please turn to page 5. For Shir Ladonai. Shir Ladonai, Shir Shir Hadai, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basaru Miyon Liyon Yeshu Ato, Shir Ladonai, Shir Shir Hadai, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basaru Liyon Liyon Yeshu Ato, Shir Ladonai, Shir Shir Hadai, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basaru Liyon Liyon Yeshu Ato, Basaru Liyon Liyon Yeshu Ato. Please turn to page 7 for Orzarua. 4th line down. Orzarua, Atzadim, Yisrael Simcha. Orzarua, Atzadim, Yisrael Simcha. Orzarua, Atzadim, Yisrael Simcha. Yisrael Simcha. Orzarua, Atzadim, Yisrael Simcha. Yisrael Simcha. Orzarua, Atzadim, Yisrael Simcha. Orzarua, Atzadim, Yisrael Simcha. Please stay on page 7 for the wonder of life on the bolded right-hand column. Sing a new song to God. Give thanks for the wonders God has performed. When we are trapped in narrow places, yet find strength to move forward with confidence and trust. When we could look the other way, yet take a chance to reach out to one another with openness and compassion. When we experience great pain or sorrow, yet find light in the midst of darkness. When we recognize the wonder of life, ordinary moments become sacred. Please go to page 8 for Romamu, 3 lines from the bottom. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'tishachanu le'har kosho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'tishachanu le'har kosho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'tishachanu le'har kosho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'tishachanu le'har kosho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'tishachanu le'har kosho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'tishachanu le'har kosho.
Come, friends, let us welcome the presence of Shabbat, Lecha Dodi, on pages 11 and 12. We'll do stanzas 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we reach that last stanza, stanza 9, we'll turn and face the back of the sanctuary, symbolically welcoming in that peaceful presence of Shabbat. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, hishme'anu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad u'shamo echad, l'shamo tiferet v'lit hilah. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor havaracha. Merosh mikedem mesucha, sof ma'aseh v'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekaveh. Stanza number 5. Hit or
oreri, kiva orech, kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daveri, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla, lecha dodi, likrat kala, Tenei Shabbat nekpa. And I invite you to stand and face the back. Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala. Gam v'simcha u'v'tzola. Toch emunei am segula. Bo'i kala. Bo'i. And you can wave to our Zoom friends up there, and you can turn back around. Lecha dodi likra kala, tenei Shabbat nekavela. And Hannah, I invite you up to the bima and ask all of you to rise again in body or in spirit. Page 15, the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkada shemei rabba.
Amen.
V'yama tibarach yute v'yamlich malchutei.
V'chayechon u'yom echon u'chayedecho Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'vizman karim. Amen. Yehi shmeira v'mevarach la'alam olam ve'almaya yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei tekudesha
Brichu.
le'ela Yimkol birchata v'shirata
Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'alma.
v'imru
Amen.
Henry, Rosie, and Grace.
Please join us on page 16 for Barehu Dear One on the bolded right-hand column. Barehu, Dear One, Shekinah, Holy Name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Barehu, Dear One, Shekinah,
Please remain standing for the Shema.
On the bottom of page 17. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Be seated. We continue on page 18 with Ve'ahavta. The first paragraph is on page 18, and then we continue on page 20, fourth line down.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol me'odecha vehayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam Lamecha, Vivartavam, Vishivtecha, Vivetecha, Uvalechtecha, Vaderech, Uveshalpecha, Uvekumecha, Ukshartam Leot al Yadecha, Vehayu Letotafot Einecha, Utaftam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha.
24th line down.
Milan tizkeru asitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kiroshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, likyot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Please turn to page 21.
Or release us. Adonai, God of the outstretched hand, who brought our ancestors out of confinement in Egypt, release all those bodily confined for the pursuit of justice.
Release us from the prisons and the calluses we have constructed around our hearts.
Release our hands from the shackles we have placed on them and guide them to their work.
Release our minds from the deceptions in which they are imprisoned. Remove exhaustion from our eyelids and bodies. Release our spirits from terror and fear.
Renew us that we may be renewed. Set us on our journey to the land we are to enter.
Continue on page 21, second to last paragraph on the page, Vichamocha. Tonight we're doing our repeating version of Vichamocha. Hannah will lead us, and we invite you all to be the response to her call.
Yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai, yai dai dai, mi chamocha.
Please look at the slides for Hashkevenu one day. Hashkevenu Adonai, Eloheinu v'kayam, v'hayavenu malkeinu v'kayam. Hashkevenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hayavenu malkeinu v'kayam. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. And then I don't pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose. We all lose when they feed on the souls of thy innocent, blood-drenched pavement. Keep on moving though the waters stay raging. And in this maze you may lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it fade you no way, no way. And sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. One day I'll be changed, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. Hashkevenu Adonai, Eloheinu v'kayam, v'hayavenu malkeinu v'kayam. Hashkevenu Adonai, Eloheinu v'kayam, v'hayavenu malkeinu v'kayam.
Hannah, we are honored to call you back up again. Anyone else's heart overflowing right now? Get a little wave if you're feeling the. Turn to page 25 for the Amidah, our standing prayer. We invite you to stand in body or in spirit, beginning with those first 6 words at the top of the page. Please, God, open my lips, open my heart, so that I am able to say the words I need to say tonight to make space for this Shabbos.
Adonai sefataytita ufiya kitilatecha. Adonai sefataytita ufiya Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei B'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava. Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia. Mechakel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayeh Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melech, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah le'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh kadosh, u'kedoshim b'chol yom yahalelu hasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Amidah continues until page 31. Silent reflection using either the words in the prayer book or the words of your own heart. And please feel free to be seated when you are ready. Peace, salam, shalom. 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 What, 100?
Oh yeah, 130, sorry. Please join us on page 130.
For the Mishabera on the right-hand side.
The Mishaberach is our prayer for healing. When we hold those who are in need of healing in body or mind or spirit or mood. And after I read the list of those we are praying for as a community, and turn to each of you and to see if you have somebody, a loved one you are thinking of tonight. You just have to raise your hand and say the name aloud. And for those who are watching us and joining us on Zoom and Facebook, please put your loved ones' names in the chat. As a community, we are praying for the healing of Dan Ollendorf, who is getting ready for heart surgery, for his mother-in-law, Carla Jonquil, for Elaine Podrachik and Anya Kabel, for Naomi Fisher, for Carol and Hal Ober, for Sarah Kianowski, David Drazen, for Robin Vogel, who is recovering from hip surgery, for Erwin Lebo, Jean O'Connell, Larissa Schmilo, for Rhonda Barbato, Talia, for Russell Noelty, Marion Lipson, Jack Landers, and Jeff Bray. Continued prayers for Angie Silver, Judy Z, for Wayne Hoffman, Ed Snow, Benny Norton, for Jane Arnold, Marla Weiner, Neil Albert. Continued prayers for Roberta Lasky, for Debbie Sachs-Bouteau, for Kathy Grossman, Fred Moses, Adam Gelb, for Joyce, Roger Landay, Tori Macia, Stanley Roth, for Bob Ruxon, Patty Richard, Diana Sanders, Harry Manko, Joyce and David Adamson, for Tom Alexander, Susan Zimmerman Inney, Neil Daniels Midman, Harriet Levy, Ann Pillow, Judy Donaldson, Norman and Fran Waxler, Sue Boardman, Nancy Alpert, Debbie Gilman, for Jennifer Chase, Ellen Lee, Vicki Oman, Barbara Kulanane, for Rich and Joan Richmond, for Ayelet Bat Chava Vaher Shmuel, for Nancy Lazaro Lieber, and for Kathy Nath. And if there are names you would like to add, please raise your hand and I'd be honored to call on you. For all of these names, for all of these loved ones, for all those we know are hurting around our world tonight, let us send out these words of healing to all who are in need.
Cor
invite the whole sixth grade class on up here.
Please turn to page 31 for Oseh Shalom, May the 1.
We offer this as a prayer for healing for all who dwell on this planet, for all who dwell on this earth. May the one who makes peace above help us to make peace right here.
Oseh Shalom, Ben Roma, Uya Aseh Shalom Aleinu, Be'akol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. May the one who makes peace above make peace descend on all of us, and Israel. Let us say Amen. Say
Please turn to page 125 for Lahila.
So you guys, as I look at you, and so many of you we have known since you were very young, and some of you came to us a little bit later, and these are the words that God spoke to Avram as he began his journey. Go forth, lech lecha, lechila. Go forth, go toward yourself, journey forward, and be a blessing. And I know tonight that I speak for everyone here. You have brought such blessing to us tonight in your leadership of this service. The sixth grade takeover Shabbat is our favorite, one of our favorite Shabbat evenings of the year. And so let us sing this both for you. May you continue to be a blessing, and with you.
to a place you do not know.
we begin to end this beautiful Shabbat service, turning to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 44. And as we gather together in joy and in sorrow with healing prayers, we also become a community of memory, holding those who filled our lives, who fill our hearts, remembering them together. And in this recent week, we offer our condolences to Dan Seligman, whose brother Stephen died this week. It's okay. It happens to the best of us, no problem. And we remember Gertrude Ann White. And in this time of Shloshim, the 30 days since somebody's passing, this time period, we are with Debbie Mendez as she remembers her father, Henry Saul Wilson. The Yortzites tonight are for Julie Laukonen's father, Arnold Laukonen, for Leora Zimmer's father, Dov Zimmer, for Sherry Terrian's mother and her sister, Debbie, who I believe is with us tonight on Zoom as well. We remember your mother, Pearl Kreisberg. We remember Ray Weber and Melissa Cook's father, Ernest Cook. And in this year of remembering, remember Gladys Schuker, Roberta Lipperman, Michael Slonim, Stuart Fay, Al Levin, Claude Lieber, Ruth Sipperstein, and Ken Blumberg. And if there is a loved one you are remembering tonight or who is feeling particularly close to your heart tonight, please raise your hand.
My father, Al Simon. Aaron Essler.
Gertrude Ann White.
For all of these loved ones, for all we are remembering tonight, let us rise in body or spirit as we become a community of memory, reciting these ancient words together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevarach, la'alam ulalmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudesha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya V'chayim alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. You may be seated. Kind of don't want tonight to end, but we have come to our last prayer, our last song of the evening. Sixth graders, Yashar Koach, Kol HaKavod, all the honor to you for this year of preparation, for these months that we have sat here and worked on the service. You did yourselves proud, and I think you made every person here so proud. So well done. Milo, a mazel tov to you and your family for tomorrow's bar mitzvah. and Hannah Wong. We are so looking forward to your bat mitzvah at the end of this month on April 29th at 10 a.m. Torah study at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Sixth graders, come on back up. There will be a festive oneg downstairs, sponsored by Deb Wackenheim and Leroy and Hannah in honor of her upcoming bat mitzvah. So we'll go downstairs for Kiddush after we sing Adon Olam.
Please flip to page 45 for Adon Olam. Please flip to page 45 for Adon Olam.